This meeting is being recorded.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ass invited, so gonna get to clapping. Go pop it for a plan, pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan, drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio served that scampi. You got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. I'm talking trips to Puerto Rico. Say the word and we go. You can be my flica. Girl, I'll be a flico, mamacita. I would never make a promise that I can't keep. I promise that your smile ain't gonna never leave. Shopping sprees in Paris. Everything 24 carats. Take a look in that mirror. Now tell me who's the fairest. Is it you? Is it you? Is it me? Is it me? Say it's us. And I'll agree, baby. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. You say you want a good time, but here I am, baby. Here I am, baby. Talk to me, talk to me, tell me what's on your mind. If you want it, girl, come and get it. All this is here for you. Tell me, baby, tell me, baby, what you tryna do? Gold jewelry shining bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. I just need to get it off my chest. Yeah, more than you know. Yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best. Yeah, more than you know. Yeah, more than you know. I saw it coming from miles away. I better speak up if I got something to say. 'Cause it ain't over until she sings. You had your reasons, you had a few, but you know that I would go anywhere for you. 'Cause it ain't over until she sings. I just need to get it off my chest. Yeah, more than you know. Yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best. Yeah, more than you know. Yeah, more than you know. I just never tame a fire like yours. No, it ain't over until she sings. Yeah. Right where you want it, down on my knees. You got me begging, pretty baby, set me free. 'Cause it ain't over until she sings. Come a little closer, let me taste your smile. Until the morning light. Ain't no going back the way you look tonight. I see it in your eyes. I just need to get it off my chest. Yeah, more than you know. Yeah, more than you know. You should know that, baby, you're the best. Yeah, more than you know. 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 I just
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see that so many of you enjoy the songs. All right. Tonight is a special masterclass. Have not done masterclass for quite some time. For those of you who are your very first time here, do you mind just help me by typing a one so that I know how many of you is first time here? Okay. Quite a number. Leo Sayers generation. I'm modern talking generation. Brother Louis. Okay, hello. Nice to see so many of you. All right, so tonight is AI engineering masterclass brought to you by Lead and also AI 365. I'm your trainer and also your host tonight, Dr. Lau. So a little bit of my background for those of you who are your first time here. Okay, I have a PhD in machine learning from Queensland University of Technology, Australia, and then I currently run Lead and also AI 365. So AI 365 is a community for those of you who wants to learn artificial intelligence, and also we have a hub in TTDI. For those of you in KL Selangor, should not be, I mean, you should be quite familiar with this place, TTDI. Tun Dr. Ismail. Okay, I'm not from KL, I'm from JB. Okay, Tunku Tun Dr. Ismail, TTDI, and then we have just opened our hub 2 months ago, and then if you still listen to the radios, you might catch me on Astro, BFM, RTM, and I also appears quite regularly on the Star, and also I write a column in Nanyang, the Chinese newspaper, and then our key clients include IKEA, Intel, Johor Operations, and fun fact. Okay, I'm also Microsoft Excel World Champion 2004. Okay, for those who are first time here, Lead is a tech academy. So we focus Taman Tun Dr. Ismail next to Bandar Utama. Yeah, that's right. No Penang. Uh, we will go to Penang in July. Yeah, we'll go to Penang in July. So, LEAD is a tech academy. So, we focus on bringing tech education and industry through practicals and job ready trainings in AI engineering, okay, data science, and also full stack development. Founded in 2015. I got distracted by the numbers. 2015, and then we have trained 15,000 students collectively until today, and we have served more than 300 clients across the region. In fact, we have just completed an AI automation class today afternoon. It is our AI 365 hub. So if you are nearby, next time you can drop by. So basically, in the landscape of artificial intelligence, right, in Malaysia, we focus on four primary areas. In fact, number one is AI engineering, because most of the people, right, when they use artificial intelligence, they use it as applications. They don't really uh, they don't really use that in a way that it can help you to bridge your applications. For example, like let's say you have a system, let's say you have your existing CRM, you have your accounting software, and you want to empower these systems, you want to link them together with APIs, okay? Or you want to make them behave more intelligently by connecting them to some AI agents or AI models. That is not that straightforward if you don't know AI engineering. Number two is we do a lot of AI automation trainings, NAN, and so on. But when people learn NAN, they learn how to automate the processes, to design the workflow. But what they did not do, or what they're unable to do, is to link it with some front end applications. Okay, just the front end. Now, of course, we do have AI vibe coding here as well. But vibe coding, on the other hand, is more for you to build the front end, but not so much on the back end. So there's a gap that we need to bridge, and that is where you need to learn AI engineering. Okay, and also for those of you who are interested in AI engineering, I know some of you have been waiting for quite some times. We are running one cohort next week, 20th, 21st June. For those of you who are looking for either becoming an AI champion in your organization, or you're looking to switch to an AI engineer's career. Right. So let's talk a bit about the job prospect of an AI engineer. So let's say, let me zoom in a little bit. Let's say you are a software engineer, or you are a data engineer, or you have a little bit of technical background and you want to learn how to build AI applications. Okay, a full AI application is neither mobile apps nor web apps. Okay, is full AI application. That means you know end to end. You know how to set up language models. You know how to download, you know how to deploy language models on your local servers or on-prem servers, or deploy it to the cloud servers. Usually, all right, in Malaysia, not many people do that because the cost is too high. And number one thing that I would like to share with you is when you run you run AI models locally, right? You are actually focusing more on the inferencing capabilities. Now, there are two parts of an AI model. You have the training part, and also you have the inferencing part. The training part is for you to train the model using your own data. Now, unless you have a strong needs that you need to do fine tuning, or you really need to revamp the internal workings, or change the weights of an AI models. Otherwise, most of the time, we will be using a technique called RAG, right? Retrieval Augmented Generation. On the other hand, most of the time we are using a local models more on the capabilities on inferencing. That means you want to use AI to help you to do something, perform some tasks, or get some results. The famous OpenClaw is a sort of AI agents, and it can write on top of any sort of language model. And when you combine, let's say, OpenClaw and your AI engineering skills, you can basically do anything that you want, but you need to have certain level of understanding of AI engineering. Now, in Malaysia, AI engineers, their salaries typically range from 7,000 to 22,000 monthly. I did some research last week because Nanyang Shangbao tried to interview me and get some of my perspectives on the current job market. And a lot of people, every time when I give a talk or I sit down at a conference, they will always ask about my opinion, whether people are going to lose their job displacement, job replacement, and so on and so forth. But the demand for AI engineers is actually growing, and it's growing very fast. Not because we have a lot of data centers. The requirements of data centers are for people who are data engineers, or you are more on the infrastructure side, cabling, networking, some material science, and so on. Okay, and of course, civil engineers. But for AI engineers, your job or the potential of your job is to help companies to, number one, like I say, turn their existing systems into AI systems. Number two, develop new AI systems for them. Okay. Now, conversation scales heavily with seniority and tech stack. In Malaysia, all right, you don't just scale with your skills, experience, and seniority. Sometimes your salary is also affected and reflected by the number of people you manage. Yeah, basically, when you become mid-level or seniors, you are usually required to lead a small team. But in US, in Australia, you may or may not have to. Depends on your personal preference and your career path. Now, in Malaysia, very high chance, very likely you have to do that. Okay, so if you have 0 to 2 years experience, 7,000 is on the high side. But most of our fresh grads, or even the ones that we hire ourselves, their salary is around 3.5, 4,000 to start with. And once they have enough experience, 5,000 and above is not an issue for AI engineer. All right. And then mid-level with 3 to 5 years of experience, also 9,000 to 14,000, depends on the industry, depends on how desperate they need to hire you. Let me put something very simple, all right, into your perspective is you might be wondering, why would they hire the AI engineer at such a uh, seemingly very high salary? Because it's very simple, right? I wouldn't recommend companies to fire people, but I will recommend them to stop hiring people, or at least stop hiring so crazily. Because traditional company, every single things that they want to do, they will just hire somebody to do that. So what happen is when they hire an AI engineers, these engineers can help you to build automation workflows. It can help you to build AI agents, and these agents and workflows can easily replace one or two headcounts, especially those lower end headcounts who are doing admin jobs, repetitive jobs, and so on. Okay. Now, any questions that you have, feel free to leave them in the Q&A section. Okay, Lokman, I also want to become a data engineer, but how? Okay, data engineer skill sets are totally different because in order to become a data engineer, your skill set has to be on database and set up database servers like SQL servers, and also you need to have basic knowledge about networking because you need to know IP addresses, virtual IPs, and so on, right? IP segmenting, and then and you need to know how to set up a database. So that the skill sets required for AI engineering and data engineering is different. For someone who has no AI background, what should I do? Okay, for someone who has no AI background, easy. Okay, no pun intended, but really, you just to immerse yourself into AI and pick up some AI engineering skills to begin with, which is what this workshop is about. And salaries by location, okay, KL, Cyberjaya, Petaling Jaya, and Penang. But Penang is more on the semiconductor IR 4.0 side. So let's take a quick search. Okay, let's take a quick search. AI engineers job. And then it will show you lah. Just go to Job Street. Job Street one is pretty updated. Okay, so you can see this one. This one is development engineer, but association, a very entry level job, associate. Sorry, and then Lenovo is hiring 4,000 to 4,003. If you look at AI, this is AI software engineer hybrid. From the company Atmo Studio, I was the director of their parents group, Atmo Holdings Berhad. And then you can look at this one. Yeah, My Storage is the Malaysia branch of Phison. Okay, a very famous Taiwanese company that builds flash memory, SSD. Okay, and then this one, urgently hiring. See, Bangsa South Python AI engineer, and it's also from Lenovo. So you can look at their JD, right? And 9 days ago, it's pretty new job. So let's take a look at their JD. Build backend services and integrate AI ML models into production system for IT applications. See, that's the first thing I told you, right? If you want to become an AI engineer, or if some companies are hiring for AI engineers, the first thing that they want is usually someone who can build backend services and integrate AI models into their existing application. And this role combines Java-based backend development with hands-on Python-based model training. Now, don't be turned off or don't be intimidated by the word Java. It's a kind of pretty old technologies, and most of the enterprise systems are still running on Java. But you don't really have to do that. You just develop and maintain the backend services using Java and Spring Boot, so you can you don't have to build from scratch. You can rely on AI, those models like Claude, Gemini, anti-gravity to help you with that. But your main job as a Python AI engineer, right, is to write Python code for data preparations, model training, and also work on AI model development, features and so on. APIs, you will see APIs a lot, and you need to do some engineering stuff lah. Okay, no matter what engineer you are, as long as you are in IT line, you need to be familiar with the Git, the testing process, CI/CD, continuous integrations, continuous development delivery. Okay, and then the required skills and experience, and Python, Spring Boot, REST APIs, microservice architecture. Okay, so this is just one. All right, let's pick another one. There's some with salary, and also there's more recent. Okay, this one 28 days ago, a bit too. Eh, this one, senior ML engineers, stepping more, up to 11,000, right? This one also, machine learning engineering. So take the models, deploy it, and then connect it to the existing system. Just pick one more, the pure AI engineer one. Let's see if this one. Okay, Triple Y Studio. Yep, this one. Research and explore the latest AI technologies. Build and optimize AI power workflow automation processes. So you see, everything that they hire are along the line. And the best news, okay, the best part is there's no hard computers degree requirements at the moment. If you wait for a couple of years more, there'll be a lot of fresh grads who graduated with an AI degree, because some of the universities they started to offer AI degrees, right? But right now, and you can't find any, because we don't have that many AI degrees in the past. No universities are offering, and there's no market for it. Put it this way, and that's why you see they're still hiring computer science, software engineering, IT, and related fields, API, and so on. Okay, enough of example. So after I've been talking for so long, the common theme that you should be able to capture or build around you right now is artificial intelligence. You need to know, for AI engineering, you need to know AI, you need to know the models, you need to know a bit of Python, and you need to know API. These are some of the key skills that you need to know. Okay, so that's what you need to have in your AI engineer's toolbox. Okay, I see quite a bit of message here. So let's take a look. Uh, what skills do you learn in AI engineering? Okay, that's what I just mentioned, right? Python, LLM deployment, and then you pick some of the others one, API development, and so on. The machine learning also consists of context for predictive analysis applied into engineering industry. Not so much. All right, that's more on the data science side, but some of them they requires you to make some crossover, because the basis of AI models, right, or modeling is still machine learning. Yeah. Dr. Lau, can someone with master in data science jump to become AI engineer? Yes, because of your ML capabilities. Like the one example I show you, they are hiring AI engineers, but they require you to have some ML background. That's why I say, right? No matter what, you don't have to worry about a degree, because things are not matured yet, or we don't have a fixed JD yet. So this is the best time to enter AI engineering. AI engineering and machine learning, what's the difference? Okay, I'll explain to you in a short while. Don't have IT background, same answer. Go get yourself an IT background. Immerse yourself into AI, because AI, I shared this viewpoint or point of view this morning with our participants in AI automation class. I don't really want to classify people into technical or non-technical in the AI era, because someone who does prompt engineering, right? This is not a technical job. It has no programming requirements, but writing good prompts is a skill, right? In fact, it's an art. Yeah. So how to set up guardrails, how to protect your AI agents, it's not an easy job. So is that technical job? Strictly speaking, no, because you don't write codes. But is that a business job? Definitely not. Yeah. So I say, at the end of the day, everybody is neither technical nor non-technical nor business. It's technological. That means you need to have some technical skills, and you also need to know how to apply the technologies to the business to maximize the full potential. So that's why they have another position called FDE, forward deployed engineers. It's very rare. Our company have two, at most two right now. All right, full time, that they know enough technical knowledge to explain to clients what are the requirements, what are the risks, what are the investment and upfront costs. But they also know enough business knowledge to speak to the clients and discover their needs. So FDE is actually a unicorn. Yeah. Okay. So, do certification and project portfolio important for fresh grad looking into AI engineering role? Certification helps because we do a lot of certifications, but it's not. It's just your ticket, okay, to open the door. But whether or not you can get a job, you can get a seat, it really depends on your portfolio and how good you are in building those applications. But the market right now is very hungry for AI engineers position. So every company who wants to build AI applications, they need to hire someone with AI engineering background. Okay. Jeffrey said a lot of companies in US got yes, have MTS, member of technical staff. They also have IC, individual contributors as well, rather than engineer in specific functions. Will that be something that will happen in Malaysia soon? No, not in the near future, because Malaysia, we have a lot of SMEs. We don't have that many conglomerates. We don't have that many large companies or multi-billion, multi-trillion companies like Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, those to sustain those sort of positions. And in Malaysia, your job is more hybrid lah. For the lack of better words, bao ka liao. Yeah, so you need to do a bit of this, a bit of that, but your main role is still AI engineering. Okay. All right. All right. So we'll chat later, okay, during the Q&A session. So let's go straight into the skill sets. Now, in your toolbox, the first thing that you need to know is how to deploy your own LLM. All right, so here are a few vocabs, right? Dictionary to explain to you. Deploy means that you want to take something in the testing environment in your own computers and then you put it into production. When we say production environment in a web context, right, that means something that you can be open up and you can allow new users who are not the owners of your computers, who are not yourself, to use the service. So my favorite LLM tools, or my favorite tool to host your own LLM, sorry, a bit itchy. Yeah. Is what we call the LM Studio, Language Model Studio, which is this one. And also the other one is called Olama. You can take note of these two tools. These two tools. All right. One is called Olama. The other one is LM Studio. All right. Do pay attention to them. So Olama and LM Studio, their job is very simple. For you to run AI models locally and privately. Why is this very important as an AI engineer? Because a lot of companies, when they hire you, they expect you to help them to protect their data. So they are very skeptical, and they are, not to say skeptical, sorry, that word is probably a little bit negative. They are very concerned about their data, the privacy of their data, because they carries a lot of information about their clients, and so they need to protect the data privacy, data sovereignty. So instead of using external models like OpenAI, like Claude, you might as well just run this model locally on your own computer. All right. So that's why LM Studio and Olamas, their job is for you to run AI models in a secure or in a private environment. So once you downloaded LM Studios, you don't have to follow, okay? You don't have to follow right now. Just look at it and remember the steps. So you just click on this robot icon here to select the model. But before you select the model that you want to use, there are a few things that I need to show you how to check, okay? What to check. First thing first, you check the size first, all right? You check the size. This one I cannot zoom. This is a Mac app. So the size of a Gamma 412B Instruct is 7.56 gigabyte. Now this size means two things. Number one, your hard disk need to have enough space to download this model. Number two, you need to allow the memory to have enough space to load this model. Okay, so let's say if the model is 7 gig and you only have 8 gig of RAM, say Apple Neo, all right, Mac Neo, so you cannot run. There are some other models that's a lot bigger. For example, this one, and then you need to look at the size, 16 gigabytes. So if your computer or your laptop only has 16 gig of RAM, you can't use them. Okay, is that clear? Yeah. If any question, just put in the Q&A, or if you put in the chat, I might miss it lah. But you put Q&A, that's easier. Yeah. Thanks, Daphne. Okay. So There are many different models. You have the famous Hermes. So Gamma is from Google, right? There's a big G here. And then Nemotron is from NVIDIA. Quen, okay, or Qianwen if you are familiar with Chinese, but I prefer to pronounce it as Quen. It sounds more atas. Quen, right? A bit French accent. It's a Chinese model. It's from Alibaba, right? It's from Alibaba, and it's one of the best, I would say, most stable, most consistent Chinese open source model. So all the models here are open source. To be more precise, it's open weights. That means you can download the weights file and run it on your local computer. And then you have Mistral, you have many models lah. All right, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see. Okay, like this one, Microsoft, very obvious. All right, so I have downloaded the Gamma 4 here. All right, so you can just load the model using the top bar here. Okay, and once you have loaded the model, you can start a new chat and talk to it like like normal LLM, like Gemini or ChatGPT. Say hello. Okay, so you can see the speed is very fast and it's very responsive because it reads directly from my computers. Okay, so an instruct model is able to execute some specific commands. So when you go to model selection screen, right, and when you click here, yeah, it shows you a few capabilities here. Got eyes, got hammer, and got brain. Yeah, this is a brain. It's very small, but it's a brain. And this is a hammer, and this is an eye. So if a model has an eye, that means it's able to see things. It's able to look at image and understand the content of an image. Now, if you put a hammer, that means it's able to use tools, is able to look at different tools and understand how to use them and call those tools. They call it invoke, right? They want to invoke the tools and apply it. And then if you have a brain, that means it's able to do reasoning. How do you see whether a model is a reasoning model or not? You see, every time when you ask something, it will think you will think first before they reply you. Even though I just say hello, this one like like your girlfriend like that. Well, think, okay, this guy say hello to me. What he means? Okay, I think it's just a standard greeting. Maybe what should I do? I should acknowledge the greeting. All right. So how should I acknowledge the greeting? I should say hello. How can I help you? Hi there. Is there anything? Maybe I know I sounded too fancy. All right. This one, all the things going inside your brain lah. You think a lot. Okay, that's a thinking model, and you can turn off the thinking model and then start a message again. All right. I will just say hello. And then you respond it straight away. It will respond to you straight away without thinking. Okay, that's thinking. All right. So vision model. All right. Vision model is that it has an eye. So let's say I have an invoice that looks like this. If the model supports vision, I can just paste the image into the chat and just say, please extract the full details of this receipt. Okay. See, and then, yeah, because it has eye, so you can see the content of an image. Okay. And then just wait for a while. Now, all these models are open ways, open source, so you can download and run on your own machine without having to worry about any security issues because everything is run on your own computers 100%. Now, because I'm doing an online class, so I cannot turn off my Wi-Fi. If I'm doing a physical class, I will show you this model still runs even your Wi-Fi is not on, so you can use it on an aeroplane if you're taking a flight somewhere as well. Okay. All right, so it's extracting the details. Now, this particular technique is called OCR, optical character recognition. Yeah, so you see, it's thinking. So it's thinking very hard. So after a minute, it says based on the image provided, here are the details from the receipt. Okay, so just do a quick double check, make sure that the model works fine. Okay, so KLT Kamlontai Loiki. Okay, this one 1221893V. Very good. Now you see, this invoice is not a well taken invoice. It's just after lunch we just snap a photo, and then this one C0106, all these I assume they are correct lah, tax ID, all those. And then we need to look at the items, item code D2, descriptions, and these are the quantity and the price. Okay, and what we usually see is this thing. Okay, so because this is a smaller model, and then when you look at it, this part, because it's curvy, so it does not recognize the number properly, but you can see that others are okay, right? Others are working fine. Okay, 930, 880, 980, 930, 80, 80, 90. This one works okay. Yeah. So this is the vision model. So you can see. Now, if you ask it to read like PDF, all those, it will work fine without any issue. Do I need to have Claude Code access to download LM Studio? Sorry. No, you don't have to. Yeah, it's free and open source for LM Studio. Okay. And the other model that I have here is also Quen 3.6 35B. Okay, this one is slightly bigger, 20 gig, but I have 128 gigabyte of RAM, 128 GB, so no issue. So this is the first skill that you need to pick up. For those of you who say you have no IT background, no worries. This one is very simple. Just download an app and go and pick the model. So what you need to do is, after this webinar, right, don't do it now because it's quite big. It will slow down your internet. Just download LM Studio and then look at the model that fits your RAM. Okay, you have to look at your GPU RAM, your graphic RAM. If you are using Mac Silicon M1, M2, all the way to M5, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you are using a Windows machine, especially a Windows laptop, make sure you check your system information that you have a graphic card and your graphic card has enough memory. Now, if you are using a Windows desktop like the one that I have here, pointing here, okay, this is a older version, I think 3070 series. Yeah, so the RAM is very small. I only have 8 gig. Then you can only run models that's smaller than 8 gig. This is something that you need to remember. Okay. All right, so far so good, yeah? Oh, a lot of questions. So let me address some of them. I'll go according to this speed if you're okay. I mean, if you think that my pacings are okay, you have learned something new, just type okay in the chat. All right. And then for those questions that are relevant to the things that I'm presenting now, I'll answer straight away. For those questions that are not, I'll answer at the end during the Q&A session. But don't worry. Okay, I'll make sure I answer all the questions before I go off. When you say your RAM is 8 to 16 gig, right, Mr. Pan, you are referring to the RAM. Okay, you are referring to the RAM, not the GPU memory. So these are two different things if you are using Windows. Only if you use a Mac, right? Only if you use a Mac, we are using unified memory. So when it says 128, it doesn't matter whether there's a system memory or the graphic memory. It means I have 128 gigabyte of RAM for me to use, but some of it, right, is reserved for system, operating system. So give and take, I still have another 120 gig RAM to use for my language model. Okay, yeah? All right. How reliable vision model read the image? Can you tune the accuracy? No, you can't fine tune this model easily, especially vision. You can tune other models like YOLO and so on. But this one is a very small one, just 12 billion. If you want a better version, you can download Qianwen and like this one, 35 billion. All this has much better accuracy. Sometimes also depends on your input quality of your image. Yeah, can run local LM with Windows PC. Need powerful GPU. Yes, for Windows PC, you need powerful GPU. Okay. All right. I'll just pick another question. 128 must be very expensive. No lah, this one is an M5, the latest M5. Do we need to keep training on local AI? No, you don't have to train local AI models if you are just normal person. And these don't have token limits. No limits, no cost. Okay, free. And it has an API interface for you to use and for you to call. Okay, there's something that I'll talk about it later. And it says that it's OpenAI compatible and also Anthropic compatible. Yeah, so you can just call this model and do things that you want and build applications around them. Okay. Why do we need local LM? You can rewind and watch a little bit, yeah, because of security mainly. All right, so let's go to the second skill sets that you need to have as an AI engineer. Okay, so if you want to practice AI engineering, you need to have Python basics. Okay, not this, and I don't think this is a Python. I went to IKEA and do shopping. I see a snake. I randomly see a snake and I just call it Python. I, I, I'm pretty sure that this is a cobra. No, this is not cobra. Okay. All right. Okay. So you need to use Python, and then you need to go to this. You can go to this website, collab.google. So collab.google is a tool, and it says here, your AI-driven all-purpose coding partner seamlessly embed in the notebook that you already use. Again, this is free, not open source, because it's hosted by Google, but it's free. So you can just open Collab and start a new notebook. Okay, so if you have not seen this thing before, I'll go a bit slower so that you can get the idea and get the concept of what this is. Okay, he says safer to set AI models without risking data leakage. Yes, because you can run it in your own environment. Yeah, is contained within your server or your on-prem network environment. Okay, so this is the user interface of your Google Colab, and then here it says you want to load data, you want to show example of training a simple ML model. So disclaimer, Colab is a tool that we use to build notebooks, and these notebooks are written using Python programming language. So let's say if you want to practice Python, just come here and you can use latest Google model, Gemini 2.5, 3 Flash, and 3.1 Pro to help you to build models. Okay, so in order to build these models or to build these AI applications, you need to have some basics of Python. Python is just very user-friendly, beginners-friendly programming language. We start with some very simple example, right? So let's say A for apple, A equals to 5, B equals to 10, and then you put A plus B. Okay, it's a very naive example, but this example also shows that how easy is it for us to write some Python code. So now it's connecting to the Google virtual server to get an instance of virtual computers to run our code. So it says A plus B equals to 15. Now you can start to write codes yourself or you can generate with AI. So if we just want to write a very simple code, okay, build a very simple AI chatbot. Okay, and I choose a smarter model. Lah. So these skills is pretty important because you might go to a company that hires a data engineer and they might not be an AI company. Okay, I have a lot of students who came from, let's say, accounting firm. All they need to do is to build software that allow their team members to talk to their accounts. Let's say you have 10 companies right under you, and then you just want to say which company has the highest P&L, okay, or highest net profit last year. Ta-da. Okay, how to do? All right, you don't know what to do. If you have 10 companies, what they usually do is go into each of the companies, go into their QuickBooks, go into their Buku, go into their SQL auto count, and then pull the profit and loss, put into Excel table, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. All right, if you have 10 companies, do that for 10 times and then sort and find the results. But if you know AI engineering, you can just connect these to an API of your accounting software, pull the results and then sort it out and show you. Okay. All right. So you see user, hello, and then chatbot, simple chatbot query. Now this is a very naive version because I say ask it to build a simple version for me. Now if I want to use OpenAI, okay, or I want to use a model for my chatbot, right? I need to go to the backstage, not back end, the backstage. So this is the backstage of OpenAI, right? You can see the amount of tokens that we spend for our students to build their applications. Every month we spend at least 100 million, 200 million tokens just to build applications. So you can go to API key section and then create a new API key. So I would say AI Engineering Masterclass June 2026. Okay, it's a bit too long, so I just shorten AI Engineering into AIE, and then I would say class June 2026. Okay, create a key, and then I copy the API key. Now, for those of you who is your first time looking or first time seeing this thing called API key, it's basically just like a password, and it's a super long password so that hackers cannot just look at it and hack it, or cannot just hack it without looking at it. Even for you, if you look at this, you will not be able to remember. So it's kind of secure in that sense, lah. All right. So I can ask it to build me another application. So build me an OpenAI chatbot and using the API key. Okay. So Gemini is working. All right. So let's run this. So you need to install the necessary libraries needed to call OpenAI. And this one is the user query and explain quantum computing in one sentence. AI, quantum computing is, and it gives you the result. Okay, so you build a very simple Q&A chat application just like that. Okay, now if I make it chattable, I make up my own words, make it continuously chattable. Okay, so this is asking AI to help us to write codes, and then it has added a loop inside until you type exit. Okay, so we can now say, hello. Hi, how can I assist you today? What is okay? What does TTDI mean? Okay, TTDI stands for Taman Tun Dr. Ismail, which is a suburb located in Kuala Lumpur. So now you have successfully built your own AI chatbot. Okay, just like that. Once you know how to use Python. Now, you might ask the same question. You say, hey, Dr. Lau, this one doesn't look right. Okay, you are probably just building it for your own. And then what if I want to apply a user interface to test? Okay, so I say, can build a Gradio app. Okay, so Gradio is an AI engineering user interface tool that you can learn how to build AI engineering apps using different components. And you can see here. So this is probably the second thing I would like to share with you, Google Collab and Gradio. Again, it's 100% free. All you need to know is how to go to OpenAI and obtain your own API key. After that, just go to Collab and then build an application. You see this one? We can build a map. Yeah, it has a map view, and you can use it to show data. Before we use it for AI, we have been using it for data science and machine learning applications as well. You have chatbot also. Yeah, you can use it for chatbot, and also you can use it for different kind of stable diffusion, face detections, yeah, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Colab and Gradio, these are two free tools that you can use. It's not even an app lah. Yeah, it's basically a web service. Okay, so far so good. Let me look at the numbers. Okay, everybody's still here. Yeah, we have 300 plus participants here. Okay, great. Yeah, this is very important for anyone who wants to build AI applications in your own company, or maybe you want to run a startup. Okay, so this is Gradio. So it's a chatbot and say ask me anything. So I just say tell me a joke. Why couldn't the bicycle find its way home? Because it lost its bearing. All right, not funny. Okay, so where's TTDI? TTDI is Taman Tun, located in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so I'll share this I'll say masterclass example one, chatbot plus Gradio. Okay, so you can see that once I've obtained the API key, I can now easily build my apps here, and I can link it to the local language model that I've just built here. All I have to do is just to point it to the server here, as simple as that. Okay, so I can just share this with you. Put it here. Okay. All right, let me answer a few questions. API key in OpenAI, you need to be a paid member, correct? Not correct. So OpenAI has two charging models. One is a subscription, one is the API. API is like your TMB bill, like that. So you pay per use lah, and how much you use, how much you pay, right? Subscription or pro model is for you to unlock their services. Yeah, so you don't need to pay for the pro model in order to use API. Anybody, as long as you has a credit card, or even a debit card, you are willing to pay, top up the funds, then you can use the API. Can you demo how to use AI model in CLI? Sure, just for you, brother. Okay, HL. Let me answer Savesh chat first. Hi, I'm an AI graduate. I have educational knowledge on AI ML dev. That's good. I'm good in Python. However, it's hard for me to land an AI engineering job. I'm unsure why. Okay, the reason is there are not that many companies who hire AI engineers has put the name AI engineer in the JD. So it's an SEO problem. So they don't know, you don't know they are hiring, and they don't know that you exist. If you like, I mean, you can speak with Daphne, our CMO. Every week, 3-4 companies just knock on our door, say, Dr. Lau or Lee, can you help to send us a couple of engineers, help us to build our automation workflows? And they are willing to pay. But yeah, we have been sending our students, our participants over. Yeah. Can I get a recording of this webinar for my future reference use? Sure, sure. Or maybe let me have a show of hand if you want to replay lah. I will upload to our YouTube channel. So if you guys find it useful and has a lot of value, yeah. All right. Michelle, thanks. Okay, so let me show HL how to run AI models in CLI. Okay, so remember just now I was saying you can also download the tools called Olama. Okay, so Olama is another tool that you can use to chat with a model. So you can say Olama chat with a model, and then we just find a simple one, but it needs to download. So maybe I type Gamma 4. Okay, no, I'll choose a simpler version. This is German 5.1. Okay. Later send YouTube channeling. Send to where? All right, we send to your emails lah. If you sign up through emails and advertisement, right? Okay. Okay. So I need to download the model first. Let me find a small models to download. Maybe this one. Gamma 4. Okay. So let it download. So all you need to do is to download Olama from the apps. Okay. From the website, and then Mac OS for mine, and then we install Olama, and you can run it on the CLI command line interface. Okay, yeah, no problem. If you're non-IT background but passionate in building AI automation for companies, then NAN. Non-IT background but you want to build automations, then you should learn NAN. Yeah. AI engineering is only for those of you who want to build AI applications or real-time application. Okay, so let me show you another apps that we built using AI engineering skills before uh, we go for the Q&A. All right. I try to, because tomorrow is still a work day. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I try my best to answer. No, I'll make sure I answer all the questions and also uh, control the time. All right. So let's go back to our command line interface. Another characteristics of an AI engineer is you need to be familiar with CLI like this, command line interface. Sorry for the short form. CLI equals to command line interface. Let me know if I spoke too fast or if I typed too fast. Okay, I can do a slow motion replay for you. Okay, so let's go to this place called real time, and then we launch the application. And don't worry, you will learn all these commands during the AI engineering class. You'll find it weird or you find it hackish because this is the very first time you see it. After you run it a few times, you get used to it. It's just like breathing, okay? Just like your muscle memory, you do it very naturally. Yeah. And don't wonder, okay? You don't have to wonder. I've been doing this for almost 40 years. I started learning computers using DOS since I was 7, 8 years old. Yeah, okay, so you can reverse engineer my age lah. But anyway, so this is a tool or an app that we built, okay, using AI engineering. So we built this application. The entire code base is very short, and most of the code were written by AI. Okay, especially this part is given by the model provider. In this case, which is ChatGPT. So the model that I'm showing you here is called real-time GPT real-time 2. So we use this to build real-time applications for our clients. A couple of them. Number one, sales agents who wants to train their sales team. They have a set of scripts. They have a set of marking criteria. They want to let their sales reps to know what they can do, what they cannot do. It's good for any sort of sales, corporate sales, B2B sales, or it's very good for insurance, property, and also those funeral industry like Nirvana, for example, those. Yeah. And also we have clients from tuition centers, so education industry. They use this to configure as SPM tutor to check their spoken language. Okay. So I was just sorry, not spoken language, what I'm saying, oral test. Okay, so let me show you a basic example first. It's an original example. I did not do anything. I just say connect microphone. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. How's your evening going so far?
I'm going to Singapore next week. All right, and people always wonder which food is originally from Singapore, which food are originally from Malaysia. Now, as a Malaysian, what are some my must try?
Let's think of the tastiest waiting. Chili crab and katong laksa for a distinct Singapore feel.
Okay, so you see, right? I can talk to the model and I can interrupt them at any time. Okay, let me do another demo for you. Hi, are you able to speak like a Singaporean? Because I'm going to Singapore next week, and then are you guys able to hear the voice from the AI? I try to make it louder. Okay, all right. Yes, can hear. Very soft. Okay, I think that one is a Zoom issue because how to build AI agent, which tools is suitable? I'll show you in a short while. Just give me a sec. I need to settle the voice issue first. Audio. Audio volume. Hello, hello. Okay, I turn off the noise remover. Okay, yeah, that should work. That should work. Okay, all right. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Can put this app in WhatsApp. It will be able to link to WhatsApp as through automation. Yes, you can link this to WhatsApp. Yes, we will share this webinar with you guys. Don't worry, okay? As long as you stay till the end, the system will send you a recap email. Hello, I'm going to Singapore next week, and then, okay. I think I know why. Give me a sec, Give me a sec. Have not been doing this for quite some time. Okay, share sound.
For Singapore, pack light clothes. It's hot and humid. Use an easy link or
Let me
think through some simple.
Yeah, you
Bring
should be able
light,
to hear it
breathable-
quite clear now, right? You should be able to do that now, okay? Very clear, All right. Good, good. Okay, let's do that again, Let's do that again. Hi. Hello, I'm going to Singapore next week. Now, I'm a Malaysian, right? Can you help me to practice my Singlish and also teach me a couple of slang words that only Singaporean use?
Can la. Let's make you sound a bit more local. Key Singlish bits. La adds emphasis, like okay la for casual agreement. Lor shows acceptance, like up to you, Lor. Lay signals mild disagreement or surprise, like cannot lay. Meh turns it into a skeptical question, like really meh? Useful slang. Shio means very satisfying, like this laksa is shio.
Okay, just stop here, all right? So you can see, right? I can actually stop the conversation. It's very useful. Yeah, you can link it to WhatsApp, and we have clients that actually use these to build a reminder, like call people, elderly homes, ring up people and say, uncle, auntie, wake up, remember, no, not wake up, sorry. Remember to take your medicine, or dentist, right? Dental clinic, call people and say, hey, remember to come for your, second follow-up visit, and so on and so forth. Why no wapiang? Wapiang is not unique to Singapore. That's the thing. Why wapiang also we use them. All right. So continue, Continue. Last one, don't make fun of Singaporeans. In case, I'm sure that out of 300 of you all, there must be some Singaporeans here. Okay. Hi, I'm going to Singapore next week. Can you help me to practice my Singlish? Okay, speak like a real, authentic local Singaporean to me, please.
Can. We try a bit la. When you greet someone, you could say, hey, morning, you eat already or not? If something is nice, just say, wow.
Okay. You eat already or not?
Wow, not badly. Very natural already. Just make it a bit more casual. You
Okay, now we can change the voice. Okay, let's try maybe Aloy. Okay. Later, when you do it yourself, right, you can ask it to mimic any other things, like any other Indian sound, Malay sound, Chinese sound. Very, very funny. Okay, I don't make fun of my Malay and Indian friends, so I make fun of Chinese people. Okay. Try to speak English like you are someone from China.
Okay, I will speak in a way that's a bit simpler and more direct, with a gentle rhythm. If you
No,
want
I
it more
want the
subtle,
Chinese accent when you speak English.
I can keep it subtle and respectful. I'll use a slightly different cadence, with simpler sentence flow.
See, so this guy very, very, very safe now. He doesn't want to provoke the Chinese people. Okay, all right. So yeah, enough of that. So this is AI engineering. So you can use that to build application like this, and you can link it. Like I said, you can link it with your existing system. You can link it to a CRM. You can link it to a WhatsApp. You can link it to an internal Slack, and so on. This morning, our tech team, Edmund, just showed me that he built an AI tools, AI agent tools that can help him to manage the software team, software project like a normal PM, project manager. Okay, so these are some of the things or some of the tools that you can learn. So like I say, just a quick recap, you learn how to deploy your own language model, and then you learn how to use Python, and then you learn how to build applications. So this is what you learn in your AI engineering certifications. So if you're interested in learning AI engineering, okay, you want to take it further, you want to fast track it, I think some of you asked about how to build agents application. So this is what we will cover. We'll cover Google Collab Gemini, which is the two tools that I've shown you, or Llama LM Studio, which is to show you how to download local LLM models, run it on your own computers. You will learn how to build AI workflows, and also you learn how to build chatbots that, the one like real-time chat, or those, not the normal chatbots that you see like the WhatsApp or those, the one very simple. We build real chatbots that can connect to your databases, read your PDF file, and answer question based on a PDF file. Okay, it's 20th and 21st June, 9 to 5. If you want to sign up right away, you can scan the QR code. If you need to speak to us, you can just drop me an email, drlau@delete.io, for any technical questions. Okay, and then you can also use Dr. Lau@delete.io, and then hi@delete.io if you have any administrative questions. Like okay, so the date, time, venue is here. It's at our own AI 365 hub. Is here, right? It's a very nice place. The school fee 3,002 for general public, all right, 2 days, and it comes with 3 months support. So even if you have no IT background, as long as you understand, you enjoy my presentation so far, this course is for you. Okay, that's my promise. And you have 3 months WhatsApp group support, and also a revision class. And at any point of time, if you don't understand the program, you don't understand the course, you can always come back for a refresher. Yeah, 3,002 plus SST if you are self-funded, 3,005 plus SST if you are claiming HRD. Okay, so that's our promise. And I only have one goal, which is to help to grow more AI engineers for Malaysian companies, for Malaysian industry, AI industry, so that we have more good AI engineers to meet the demand from all the companies that come and seek for help from us lah. Okay, that's all. I think, yeah. Any questions? We'll do some Q&A now. Oh yeah, we have a lot of questions. Sorry, we have 30 questions that's waiting for me to answer. I will start from the earliest one, right? Since 9 o'clock. Thank you. Thanks, Fatoni. You're welcome. Okay, so Jeffrey said a lot of top AI companies in US. Oh, this one I answered already, right? The MTS rule. Yeah, so we wouldn't have MTS rule in Malaysia, at least in the near future. Is there a reason why I prefer those studios? And on the same note, along the lines of your reasoning, do you believe Copilot will grow to fill in the niches for corporates? No, Copilot is designed for enterprise use. Okay, corporates, yes, but you look at the development of Claude code, let's say, right? Claude just released Fable 5 model this morning. So if you know how to build AI application, I can show you what I did this morning, okay? Fable 5 was released last night. Yeah. Okay, so I used Fable 5 to build an application that, wait, where is it? Okay, every Malaysian should love it. You guys are amongst the first who see this demo, because I'm supposed to do it next month during the market update, but you get to see that first. So go to Fable 5, and then these are the, yeah. So this whole thing, all right, everything, I did nothing, okay? All I did was build me a 3D viewer for a Proton Saga. So this is a complete 3D.js, the lightings, the textures, the colors, the rotations, the orbit. The reason why I choose Saga, not other cars that start with P, for example, Porsche, because my first car, my mom's first car was a Proton Iswara. So yeah, and as anak Johor, we have special sentiments for a Proton. Okay, and then you can zoom, you can look at the details. Yeah. Okay, it's better than a lot of games actually, and this is a website. Yeah, this is a web application. Yeah, all written by Faber in about 5-10 minutes. So yeah, Copilot, you have a long way to catch up lah. Maybe good enough for corporate use, but if you want it for general purpose, vibe coding, engineering, I wouldn't recommend Copilot. Okay, can a laptop without dedicated graphic card run any local LM models? There are some hacks out there in the market saying that you can do that, but it will be very, very slow. Yeah. How do we ensure local LM models don't hallucinate during the production? Short answers, use AI engineering, use RAG. The reason why, okay, every time when people complain that AI model hallucinate, let me share a story with you. AI is designed and created by software engineers like myself, okay? And so predominantly, people who build AI models, AI software, AI apps are male, right? So male, when they got asked some questions that they don't have an answer, unlike girls, okay, females, they will say they don't know. It's okay one. But male, we don't, right? Male, when they ask you a question you don't know, you make things up, okay? You make shit up. So you start to come up with random answers lah. Like for example, oh, why you come to school late? Yeah, you are obviously you overslept. Even for my son, right, 5-6 years old, overslept. But he wouldn't say it's overslept. He would just say, oh, you know, I dreamt of something, whatever. So that process is called hallucination. In layman term, hallucination means AI tried to answer some questions that he or she, it does not have an answer in the language model. So in order to prevent hallucination, you need to fix their knowledge base. Okay, so as long as you provide enough context, enough knowledge to the knowledge base of a language model using RAG, then it won't hallucinate, or at least at the very least it won't hallucinate so badly. But based on our experience, our practical experience working with clients, no, as long as you provide enough information, it won't hallucinate. The other time that AI hallucinate is you provide too much information, your context space is polluted with very similar answers. That is also when AI will hallucinate. Yeah, okay. Hi, doctor. Fresh grads AI engineer here. Do you think we should learn how to code by hand or should shift towards developing more high-level system thinking? These two are not contradicting, okay? More high-level system thinking, agentic engineering pathway. The ultimate goal is agentic engineering because, like I said, the goal is not to remove humans or to replace humans, but we want to reduce the reliance on humans in the process. Very simple, right? If you have an engineering team with 3 people, okay, and all these 3 person are core or key engineers in your team. Now this guy took leave for 2 days. What are you supposed to do? It might affect the work of the other 2 person. But if you use agentic engineering and most of the engineering were done by AI agents, then you will reduce the reliance of that particular person who is missing from the team in the process. That's why system thinking is still very important if you want innovation, if you want to be innovative, right? And how to orchestrate multiple cloud code agents, this is given already. We have been training students on how to build automation workflows, how to build agents, or 1 or 2 agents, because they are non-technical, they are business people. So owning the workflows, owning the business problem, owning the processes are more important. But we as an engineer, we really need to know how to coordinate and orchestrate the whole thing. Okay, I hope I answered your question, Ms. or Mr. Kam. Jason Kang. Hi, but doctor, would it be very slow for company to deploy LM locally because not all laptops is powerful enough to handle this? Yes. So that's why you see past few months, right? A lot of people, they are buying, what do you call it? Mac Mini. Yeah, it's for the same purpose lah. So most of them, they buy Mac Mini to play OpenClaw, and also they buy Mac Mini to run local language models. If you look at my example, right? Okay, you look at the speed. Now here's another knowledge point, okay, another information for you guys. If you want to check how fast or how slow is your LLM, you look at the TOC per SEC. So this is called token per second. That means your model is churning or is giving out 45 tokens per second, 45.27 per second. The moment you find it slow is because you read faster than the tokens that it produce. Now, normal humans, they read around 3 to 4 tokens, 3 words per second at most. I'm trained, or rather I'm well trained, because when I did my PhD, I read a lot of papers, I read a lot of books on my on my own, so I can read around maybe 3, 4, or 5 tokens per second. Yeah, but anything beyond 10 tokens per second is beyond your humans comprehension already. Yeah, so don't worry, right? The speed is really good. Now 80, right? Yeah. So on average, you get 40, 50 local models. So don't worry. And even if you say things are very expensive, like a MacBook, a Mac laptop, it's only cost you like 8,000, 12,000, compared to 100,000 or 20, 30,000 GPU. Yeah. Okay. So that's the math that we will do lah. So we only need RAM, not GPU VRAM. No. You need GPU VRAM. You don't need that much RAM. You need GPU VRAM and hard disk space to run local model. Okay. For local model, how good is its memory? Can I do something like last month and I went to this cafe, how much you spent? All right. So here's a part that I need to announce to everybody very seriously. This is a question by Yong Xian. LLM is a large language model, LLM, is a stateless machine. It does not have any memory. All right, let me repeat. LLM is a stateless machine. It does not have any memory. So the memory, or how good or how bad is the memory, is depending on how you set it up. So if you just do things like this, everything will be remembered within the context of this conversation, because every time when you ask a question, it would dump the whole conversation to AI. So it looks like it has a memory, but in fact it does not. Okay, let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, give me 88 lah. Okay, just type 88 if you understand what I'm saying. One last time, language model has no memory. Question, answer, question, answer. If you want it to have memory, take what it has answered in the past, put it back, then you answer accordingly. Okay? That's why you see AI agent is the next level of AI application, because AI agents must have 3 things. Number 1, your brain, which is your AI model. Number 2, your soul, which is your system message and system prompt. Number 3, which is your memory, which depends on the setup lah. Most of us, we use a markdown file as the memory. If you use Claude before, it has a Claude.md file. If you use OpenCode, you use Codex before. Each of them, they has their own memory mechanism, but ultimately it's just a bunch of markdown files lah. All right. Dr. Lau, how big is Faber 5 in LM Studio? Does it take up a lot of space? Sorry, Faber 5 is not an open source model. It's the best at the moment, at the point of today, right? 10th of June, yeah? Best model released by Anthropic. It's a proprietary commercial model. You cannot download and run on your own computer. Okay, how to implement AI governance and guardrails constantly monitors it to become to be observed by the AI program. 2 parts. Your guardrails is determined by your system prompt, right? And then the monitoring part is depends on your eval and your monitoring mechanism. That one, usually we need to sit down with your IT teams to decide and keep track of all the input, prompt, and also output. Yeah, but short answer, if you define your system prompt properly, usually your guardrails and your outputs are okay. All right. Okay, Jeffrey, for serving large-scale production traffic with local hosted models, there are many architecture. Would you recommend open model serverless or own dedicated GPU? It really depends on your requirements. So if you are handling non-sensitive data and your pocket is deep enough, you can go for dedicated GPUs because you can rent a GPU VLMs and run it on the cloud. It's just like, whether you should rent a shop lot in a shopping mall, or you should rent a shop lot like us by the road, or you should buy your own shop lot. Okay, it's the same analogy. Yeah, if you are rich and you don't mind a bit of openness, I mean you can afford lah. You don't mind a bit of openness, you don't mind a bit of foot traffic, then you rent a shop lot lah. Okay, you rent open models, serverless, come and go. But if you are rich and you want privacy, then you buy a GPU, run it in your own computers with your own server because you can afford it. Yeah. If not, you take the middle ground approach, which is host your GPU, and then we're using VLM or SGLang lah. That's pretty much like renting a shop lot in a shopping mall. So you have foot traffic, but at the same time, you also have your own. Thanks. You have your own infrastructures lah. Yeah. I have 20 gig RAM, but I have GTX 1650. No, 1650 not enough lah. That one know already. My 3080, 3070 also not enough. If I got 2 GPU, can I combine both GPU RAM as a total RAM, or one studio can run 1 GPU RAM only? Depends on your motherboard. Yeah, if your motherboard can see these 2 GPU as a single RAM and it has an architecture to combine them together, then it's okay, because it also depends on the CUDA framework. Yeah, but normally it can lah. Normally it can. Like we can stack up multiple Mac Mini and use it like a single Mac machine as well. Okay. All right. Well, the questions are very good, very high quality. AI role is still very new and evolving every now and then, just like how data JDs a few years back. In your opinion, what's the most likely direction this will evolve into? Okay, all technical positions in Malaysia, right? Ultimately, you follow this trend. I have not seen an exception. Right, you have the juniors, which are the operators, set up the LM, do the job that the senior don't want to do. And then after you work as a juniors for 3 to 4 years already, you handle enough project, you make enough mistake, and you are able to lead, guide lah. For seniors, you don't have to lead, you don't have to manage them. Your job is to guide. So you are able to take care of 1 or 2 juniors, then you'll be promoted to senior. And then after you become a senior for a few years, like 2 to 3 years, help company to make some money, and then they will start to promote you, whether you want to become a manager, a supervisor, and depends lor. So if you have no interest in managing people, then you probably won't choose to be promoted. But we always want the salary increment. So you don't mind taking out a bit of admin role and get promoted lah. And depends how long you want to stay there. Because some people, when they got promoted to VP level, to director level, you don't get to do that much hands-on. I'm one of the few that I was lucky to do a job that I like, and I get to teach people, and my hands are still dirty every day, right? But it's rare. It's really rare. Most of the companies, when you are at the senior level, senior management level, VP, director level, you'll be busy with meeting clients, meeting stakeholders, doing presentation. Okay, I have not seen too many exceptions in my career. Yeah, so in my opinion, that's the most likely direction you will evolve into. Even you become a senior director for AI digital transformation, it's not a technical position. Okay, sorry to say that. Yeah, I think most of the people here will agree, right? With this trend, what do you think it will happen to SaaS? Okay, so big SaaS will die. All right, big SaaS, because most of the time you buy a SaaS, or your company bought a SaaS because you want certain features inside the SaaS that you cannot find elsewhere. That's why you buy a big SaaS. Otherwise, it's always the market. It's always a fight for all the smaller SaaS. Yeah, it has always been the case. And also big ERP will face the same problem because you're trying to dump everything into it and build a gigantic platform, which is not practical. Once you learn vibe code or a little bit of AI engineering, right, everybody in your company can just open, I don't know, open Claude, like Claude code, and then start to build their own application. It's not hard. People will, some negative voices will be there, like, oh, this is not secure. It doesn't matter if you are using it on your own computer within your company environment. Who cares about the cyber security? I'm not saying who cares about security. Okay, everybody cares about security, but you don't have to care so much about cyber security, hacking, and so on, because your frontliner firewall should have blocked all the access. And if you do not open your application as a web application, how the heck is somebody is going to enter your computer and steal your data? It's impossible, right? It's all about best practices. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. What's the best machine to get started? Is it Windows or Mac based machine? For the best, I would say best bang for your buck is still Mac Mini. But Mac Mini become a little bit expensive due to the recent update. Yeah, still Mac Mini, okay? You watch my video last year also, I tell people to buy Mac Mini. Last year when we bought, it's only 2499, and if you get a student discount, it's only 2069. For 2000 ringgit, you get a Mac Mini with 16 gig RAM that you can run most of the large language model that's anywhere between 8 to 12 gig. Yeah, very good value. But now it went up because the hard disk become 512 gig. Still, okay, the cheapest entry-level machine for somebody who wants to venture into AI engineering and who wants to learn how to deploy local model themselves. I always tell this to my students. If you think this is expensive, you have to think twice. Do you really want to practice AI engineering? Because 3349 is cheaper than your phone. Okay, yeah, so don't have to think so much. If you need to buy a machine, just get a Mac Mini. Okay, you won't regret. You won't regret. Can the local AI get updated accordingly when the original model gets an update? Yes, you just need to replace the model and then observe the performance. Like I say, it's stateless, so you can just replace it. You can hot plug and play, no issue, because the model you only load the model when you want to use the model. For the rest of the time, the model is just sitting there idly. Okay. My Windows laptop 24 gig RAM integrated graphic cards cannot 4 GB. You can try, but it's going to be very slow. Yeah. Okay. Are there any similar Windows tools parallels to LM Studio? I'm using a Windows laptop which I can use multiple different LMs. Olama? Yeah, if you use Windows, then you go for Olama. But I think LM Studio has Windows version also. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So you can choose your OS. LM Studio, Windows, Linux also got. Okay? Yeah, so don't worry. We cannot generate Q&A chat application by using local LLMs. Must we use Colab? Okay, so the chat application that I show you using Python, right, is the application. So application is like your front end. And then the LLM, the language model, is your back end. It's like your brain. So they are inseparable. Yeah, having an LLM, a language model sitting there, you cannot do anything. You still need an LM Studio. So we're just replacing the LM Studio with your language models. With your Python applications or Gradio application. After you build in Colab, can it be exported to use or just for testing purpose? Okay, that's a very good and very high quality questions. Once you have built the Python application, you can download, right? You can download as a separate Python file and host it in your server. Yeah, just like that, out of the box. Okay, no problem. Can you demo how to use AI model in CLI? Okay, so I thought I demo already. Yeah, so you just need to do Olama. Oh, okay. Now the data, the model is downloaded already. All right, so I just say Olama and then I chat with a model. Hello. Hi, how can I help you? Right. Build a HTML page for a pet shop. Okay, and then start working. Yeah, so this is how you use an AI model in CLI using Ollama. Can I use NaN instead of Python programming, assuming I'm not good at programming? Yes, you can use NaN. So if you want to use NaN, for those of you who want to use NaN, you can contact us. You should take the agentic AI automation program. Yeah, you shouldn't take the AI engineering, because AI engineering, we mainly use Python. Yeah, okay. Which AI Studio tools would you recommend for Windows machine? I'm using a Windows laptop. Yeah, I think I answered already. LM Studio still. Don't get yourself confused. If I have zero technical background, how long can I train to become an AI engineer to work involve Python SQL as AI engineer? If you have zero technical background, SQL is relatively easy. You probably spend 1 week at most, right? If you spend 2 hours per day lah. Yeah, and then Python again another 2 hours per day. You spend like maybe 2 weeks to pick up, and then another 2 weeks to build projects. So give and take, right? Within 12 weeks, you should be pretty good at Python and SQL if you just focus on like spending 2 to 3 hours per day building things. Okay, not just learning. Watching YouTube tutorials, joining my masterclass, joining my classes even, right? Paid classes. I appreciate it, but you need to build something. Yeah, you need a portfolio. Otherwise, you won't be able to practice those things. Yeah. Okay. I have learned to apply Python, Docker for certificate. Yeah, correct. You have a good head start already. Yeah, don't stop there. All right. Why would you say that it's important to learn how to code without relying fully on AI? I'm currently a data scientist, but I can't stop relying on AI. I mean, okay, look, it's just like cooking, right? I know how to cook, but it doesn't stop me from using microwave. But if you only know how to use microwave, if you stop you from cooking, if the microwave breaks down or there's no electricity. So if you want to become someone who is really good at AI engineering and not just a user, I don't want you guys to become a user or consumer. There are tons of YouTube videos out there. You don't have to come to my, masterclass to hear that. But if you really want to be good in AI, you really want to make a difference, you want to build something useful, some apps on your own, right? Then you need to learn the right way, the foundation. Your foundation has to be there. Yeah. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. I have researched and self-learned AI Python for a while. I saw a lot of articles talk about reliable AI applications, need to learn more about the architecture, design, and so-called harness. What are the best way to learn this? Okay, harness engineering is another separate topic. Now, disclaimer, bloody software engineers like us, okay, we want to make ourselves look smart and look cool, because otaku geek like us, when we go to different places, we go to a lot of occasions, we just sit there drinking cocktails, eating pizza. It's very normal. So in order to make ourselves look smart, we always come up with new terminologies, FDE, APIs, MCP, and so on and so forth. Now, harness engineering is just an extension of the traditional AI engineering, but with the prompt engineering, with prompting, and also the guardrails. Yeah, so architecture design is most of the time has nothing to do with AI engineer, because that is the ops guy, the DevOps guys. So the guys who does developments, operations, they need to do the calculation. How big is the server? How many concurrent users need to come online? I was lucky because I have a CCNA background. I took diploma in computer networking, so I pick up a lot of back-end skills and operation skills. Otherwise, in my day job, I don't handle those things as well. When I go to a client's company, their DevOps, their infrastructure engineer will have to work with us together. They don't serve us, we don't serve them, but we work together. Okay, so architecture design and harness engineering are 2 different things. Okay. Shirley, if you're still here, can you explain how to get the API key and use it in the app in order to build the application? Sure, I'll do it for you. So go to the backstage of OpenAI. The URL is platform.openai.com. And then click on API keys. And then create new secret key. Okay, I just name it after you, Shirley. And then you can copy the API key. Yeah, it's just here. All right, then you can put it into your Google Collab or any of your application to use. All right, I hope you are still here and that answer your questions. Paul Utah, hello. Hi, Dr. Lau. Like for Claude and my Codex course, will you be conducting an appetizer 2 hours online masterclass before the full day on-site one? No lah, for a 1 day class, why would I run a 3 hours webinar just for the 8 hours class? No, I mean it's different thing lah. Yeah. So for this one, it's more for checking in with you guys, and I haven't done a masterclass for a while. Yeah. No, I don't take this opportunity to sell courses. I mean, I take this opportunity to promote AI engineering and to share information about my courses and also market updates lah. But yeah, I mean, I don't do hard selling also. I just put my face there. If you're interested, contact us. Email is there. Phone number is here. Yeah, no lah. Especially for 1 day workshop, you just join us. I'm sure you'll get a lot of value out of it. Yeah, Kim. For NAN, you will be conducting any online automation before the 2 days on-site one. No plans to do that yet. But if you want, we have some videos here and there already, some YouTube videos already. So no. Do I need a Mac to join the course? No, you don't need to. You just need a laptop. Any laptop is fine because we will be using cloud services as in Google Collab, like LM Studio or those. Yeah. I want to create AI solutions for my users, around 100 users. How the solution looks like. Just now, Olama is for personal use. Olama is not for personal use. If you download on your local computer, it's for personal use. If you download on a laptop, on a server, then it's for company use. Yeah, these are the things that we will cover in the AI engineering class. We'll teach you how to calculate the token cost, how to estimate the numbers of users, and different types of architecture. Yeah. What will we learn from a course about the AI workload? Is it the same as automation? Is automation taught in the course? No. In this class, we talk about AI workflows, but not in the way that we teach, not in the same way like how we teach AI automation. It's two different things because automation focus on triggers, focus on action. But in AI engineering, we focus on building. Yeah, build your own chatbots, build your own RAG solutions, and then build your own LangGraph agents. Yeah. So the approaches are different. Doctor, do graduate students looking to build AI startup with strategic partnership? No, most of them, I would say, right? Because our graduates, they usually have good jobs, or they have good offers, or they are looking to convert into AI engineers and make good salary. So usually, yeah, I have not met many that are looking to build AI startups. Yeah, the how to say the market sentiments are a bit different. Startup used to be a big thing 10 years ago, 20 years ago when I just came back from Australia. Yeah, but not anymore. Do you have any other dates for this course? We will have another one maybe August or September, but I'm very busy at that time. You see, the last time I did AI engineering was I think 2 or 3 months ago already. So I will do this once every 3 months. Yeah, if you can wait, then the next one probably August or September. When is the next training for AI for data science? I think my colleague has answered you in the chat. Yeah, if not, drop us an email. I cannot remember on top of my head. Sorry. Is AI model hallucinate same as overfitting models? No, totally different. AI hallucination, right? Daryl. Yeah, I hope you are still here. And if you understand a bit of maths, just probability theory, AI hallucination, AI, right? AI answers is always finding the route or the path with the highest possibilities, okay? Or the probability value is the highest between 0 to 1, okay? Overfitting is constantly hitting that answer, and it requires the question to be exactly the same. So if let's say I say if a phone that's orange color with 3 cameras, blah 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 blah, and then that itself is called phone, right? Now next thing, you take another phone. It's not orange color. maybe blue color with 3 cameras and stuff. But because it was overfitting, then it will not recognize that as a phone. If it's underfitting, then that means anything with orange color, it will say it's a phone. Yeah. All right. So hallucination is the other side. It goes to those things with the low probability, just simply because there are no other answers that has a higher probability. Sorry, my not good in tongue twisting, but yeah, I hope you get the idea. Win Chia, does this course also cover harness engineering? Yes, we cover system message prompt engineering and also harness engineering. That's a good question, Win. Philip, does such agent reliability means that creating them with our skills will make us replaceable or dispensable eventually? Yes and no. Okay, some of the skills, some of the jobs that you don't like to do, for example, right? I created a lot of skills that can write emails like me, that can write Facebook posts like me. I did that a lot. I have to be very frank with everybody. Come on, I teach AI, right? I'm an AI KOL, like my colleagues always say. Doctor is an AI KOL. Okay, so I have to build that. So I use that when I'm answering some emails or writing some Facebook posts that I don't like to write, okay? Or I'm in a hurry, then I'll use AI to help me to write, and then I polish the writing. So let's say writing takes about 90% of the time, right? Polishing and editing takes another 10% of the time. So either I write and then AI polish for me, so I write 90%, AI polish for me, or AI write 90% and then I polish the other 10% to make it sounds more fluent, sounds more Dr. Lau-ish. Okay, so but there are still a lot of cases like when I write emails to clients, when I write emails to newsletter emails to you guys, I don't want AI to do that because I enjoy the process. I enjoy writing them. So if you enjoy doing what you are doing, okay, and you generate enough value, then you don't have to worry about AI replacing you or making you dispensable eventually. And the opposite is also true. If a task, right, is not meant for a human to do, let's say sweeping floor, for example, where no matter how much you like to clean the floor, how much you like to wash the clothes, that task itself will ultimately be replaced by washing machine, and it will still be dispensable. And still there are chances, there are occasions that we do wash the clothes ourselves, right? You buy a new clothes from the shop, or you have a 1,000 ringgit tuxedo, you wouldn't want to ask washing machine to do that, correct? Yeah, so that's the same, exactly the same. Okay. Now, if I want to build LLM locally for Windows user, what is your suggestion to buy? What kind of specs? Just drop me an email, and then I'll discuss your requirements. Yeah, and then I'll point you to the right direction. Oh, Hua is here. Hi, if an educator wish to build a gaming app like Duolingo, is there any prompt that could best recommend without any coding language? So if you want to build an app, right, that itself requires some sort of knowledge in coding, at least HTML and JavaScript or CSS. And if you want to build a gaming app, then the complexity increased by another level. And if you want to benchmark your gaming app with Duolingo, then the complexity goes up another level. Yeah, so you definitely need to know coding language, because in any sort of interactions, okay, you put the complexity aside, any sort of interactions in computers and human, it requires some coding. Yeah, that one is unavoidable. It's just that the process can be replaced or accelerated, facilitated by AI models. Hey, Joey, I mean, coming from claims background, handling process improvement and system enhancement, was nominated as AI champions. Congrats. Good to see you here to learn AI fluency, how to use AI effectively to build RPA and automate user acceptance taking. Okay, NAN. Yeah, NAN is your friend. Yeah, because you have a lot of process and your processes are fixed. You have SOP. You should always look for NAN. Now you can take a look at our courses, NAN course certification. Try to understand what are the different topics and let us know if you have any questions. Okay. The models and tools keep changing like every day. How do we keep up the changes? Any blog or website you recommend? I strongly recommend my YouTube channel because I do monthly updates or market updates. Now, if you want a blog or website, don't go there. It's very opinionated and biased. I'd rather you go to x.com. So I go to Twitter is my primary source of information when it comes to fast changing AI stuff. I'm not sure how whether you understand Chinese or not. If you understand Chinese, then you can look at uh, the China Twitter users lah. If not, you can still look at don't look at for me lah. You look at the following better. Yeah, a lot cleaner and don't have also nonsense and funny advertisement. Yeah, so X is a good place to go. Okay, Twitter. How do we join more of your webinar in future? Once you opt in, you will receive the email reminder from us. Yeah, no worries. Wei Jie, can you advise if I want to become engineer from front-end dev role? Also, is Malaysia hard to find job? No, it's not hard. It's just that the bosses also find it very hard to find talent. So you guys are like we are the matchmaker lah. You are in one cave, the bosses are in another cave. So you guys, somebody needs to bring you both to a venue, a common venue together. That's why we built AI 365 and also AI 365 Hub. Yeah, so to bridge the gap between these two. It's not hard to find AI job. You want to become AI engineer from front-end dev, you can look at, you look at the webinar lah. The whole masterclass is around that topic. And also, yeah, drop us an email if you have any specific questions. More than happy to answer it for you, yeah? Without Claude Code, without Claude Code, I believe we can already process data locally without uploading any sensitive data. In this case, is it still worth deploying our own local LLM? LLM and data processing is different thing, okay? If you process your data locally using SQL, using Power BI, using Microsoft Excel, I mean, most of the people, when they say sensitive data, when they process data locally, they're using Excel or similar tools, if not a BI tools. Unless you are using some ERP system or some industry specialized tools, like then that's a different story. Otherwise, yeah, LLM is definitely worthwhile because LLM does two things for most people. For technical people, it helps you to write code. For non-technical people, it helps you to process text. These are the two things that LLM can generate the best value for a working adult. All these generate music video those are for specialized industry. If a media person, you are a director, movie director not company director, then those are the time where you use musical AI tools, you use graphic AI tools sit dance, all those. Otherwise, for most of the people who are in the workforce, it's either help you to write code, analyze data, or read text and generate reports. Yeah, those are the things that it helps to reduce your workload and increase your productivity. Huawei, Mac Mini is not your cup of tea. I've been Windows user for 30 years. Hard shift. Any good device for Windows old player like me? Yeah, RTX Spark, DJX, Windows based. Most of the hardcore people, they still try to go Linux based machine. Okay, so I'm not asking you to switch. I'm just asking you to play dual sword. Yeah, I'm also Microsoft.NET developers for 20 years. Windows, I've been using MS-DOS, Windows 3.1 since 40 years ago. Yeah, so if you want to set up AI environment in 3 months' time is your KPI, and you have Windows, then you need to have a deep pocket because you need to buy GPU. Yeah, so that's the only question. Okay. Can you explain about LangGraph and its concept briefly? Okay, so the LangGraph that you see here is a Python framework, all right? So a framework means we package some of the codes and some of the tasks that we normally need to do into a set of common language. So everybody who uses LangGraph is following the same set of naming convention, same set of programming paradigms, same set of programming concepts. Okay, just very on abstraction level, on abstract level. So everybody who uses LangGraph will follow the same grammar, will follow the same way of writing the code. So that when you look at another person code, whether he's building agents, he's building chat agents, he's building PDF agents, he's building RAG software, it doesn't matter. Because everybody is using the same framework. So the programs that we write will look very similar. So that's the high level concept of LangGraph. And basically that framework is for us to build AI agents and orchestrate the work. Okay. Will you be providing courses for NAN, OpenClaw, or Hermes? NAN, yes. OpenClaw, I did once before. Okay lah. I don't find it that interesting for most people because it's a little bit too technical for business user, and it's a little bit too much like a toy for technical people like ourselves. Yeah, so it's kind of in an awkward position. If you like it, you like it. If you don't need it, I think for business user who have no technical background, I would rather you join the Claude Code courses, or at least you download Claude Code, pick up how to use Claude Cowork. It will unlock more potential than OpenClaw and Hermes can do. Yeah. Any AI that can help design application user interface? God, a lot. All right. So if you are into open source, you can look at Ideogram 4. Ideogram 4 is an open source image model that you can use it to design user interface. Or if you have a Claude account, okay, you look for this thing called Claude Design. And it's okay. Devil's advocate questions. If we have agents like Cursor who can code for us, especially when using Fable 5, why do we need to study Python then? Rudy, right? Rudy Malay. Same thing, right? You have a microwave oven that can cook everything. You have Thermomix, all this. You have a self-driving car. Do you still need to learn how to drive? Yes, of course. It's kind of sad that a lot of people nowadays, they don't know the what do you call it? They don't know what is a gear. They don't know gear shift. They miss out the fun of putting gear. I'm not saying I miss the time I use clutch and gear. I'm not saying I miss the time when my car stalled. Say for at the T junction of a traffic light on a slope. No, but what I'm saying is driving automatic car take away a lot of those funds. And when you take driving exam, right, it's still very important to learn about the basic operation function of a car. And yeah, the foundation is still very important, right? Even if you know how, if I know how to type, it doesn't mean that I don't need to know how to write. Yeah, it's the same analogy lah. Okay, so if you need AI that can help you to do design, user interface, you can go to Claude Design, or you can look for Ideogram 4. Okay, yeah. B, all right, cute. I'm an SE major, fresh grad. However, I'm very passionate towards AI R&D engineer role. Okay, nice. Can you share some tips on whether how to prepare to churn from the file software developer into AI field? Because once upon a time when I applied, I passed the first interview. The response to me, my major is machine learning role, CS and ML, they are not matching, especially for fresh grad with no experience. So what you need to do is I don't know which company you apply. Let's say you apply to Petronas, okay, an oil and gas company. Now their chief data scientist, their CTO is my good friend KK, right? So when you do that, you need to know what they are doing. So you need to present lines with their business. Not to say, I know how to do machine learning, but when you go to Petronas, it's okay, it showcase your skills, but it is not aligned with their expectation. So if any other candidate that comes in with a more aligned portfolio, they will be hired. Okay. CS, SE, you will not have any experience that's related to any of the field out there, or rather you can fit into any field. So pick a field that you like. If you like commerce or you like logistics, you go to Grab, right? Then go to this website called Kaggle. Go to Kaggle. There are a lot of assets available for you to download that you can your portfolio. Yeah, give me a second. Okay. So just go to Kaggle and look for the competitions, or you look at the data set, find something, some useful, it will significantly increase your odds of getting a job. Most of my students, they get it by building portfolios, especially for those in banking, in finance. They can get data and they can present a good story. Yeah. Come search which good AI for the Android apps. Okay. Mobile applications, Claude code. What token almost finished? I run on my own computer. Okay, lag a bit. All right, Dave Young, when will be the next round of AI automation course? Does this course include token calculation? Yes. So all my courses, all my AI courses, I teach I teach token calculation. Okay, I'm very particular of that. Everybody wants to know that. Yeah. All right, Shawei, can you briefly give some examples on running land graph can help our corporate tasks? Give an example that returns directly to the business. You're from manufacturing. Actually, you just go to land graph website and then you look at the quick starts and demo. Yeah, there's quite a bit of demo there. Okay, how to define the models, how to define the state, how to define the tools. So all the AI agents, right, they have the same characteristics. Number one, they need to have a model. Number two, they need to have a memory. Number three, they need to have a soul, which is the system prompt. And then lastly is the tool, okay, and tools calling. Yeah, so it's always the same. You can take a look at their website, and so they have a lot of examples there. Yeah. What do you think is the fundamental thinking step before starting to prompt? Okay, so my answers is very consistent and is the same for all the courses that I teach, whether you ask me in the data science course or ask me in the AI automation or AI engineering. The very fundamental thinking step, okay, is to understand the workflow, to understand the business, and to understand the domain. Yeah, to understand the domain. So if you don't understand the business, right, no matter what you learn, no matter how good is your Python skill, no matter how good is your land graph or lang chain or whatever, right? Okay, no matter how good you are in Claude code, you will not be able to solve their problem. Okay, the problem is usually the hard one. The technical solution or the technological solution is usually the relatively easier one. And a lot of time when you are in the work environment, right, the problem is there mainly because nobody wants to touch it. Nobody's there to touch it, or nobody is interested to touch it. It's always these few cases. It's not about, whether you can solve it technologically or not. Yeah, so for me, any courses that I teach, right, the fundamental thinking step is to identify the business problem first. Ask a couple of key business questions. Why is this problem here? How long has this problem been bugging you? Why no one okay, this one probably a bit too offensive. You should ask them, like, what are your approaches or what are the efforts you have taken try to address the problem? Yeah, then you know what you need to do before you're starting to prompt. Prompting is the easiest part. Okay. All right, Celine. Each of our department has their own file or report, mostly using Google Sheets. Okay, just a nice way of saying Excel, right? And share within the team. And we generate report using Power BI. These are daily operational things that our tech team doesn't really provide a lot of support. Of course, tech team don't want to do repetitive tasks. So we can build our own AI engineering thing, and we need to connect back to our own back office. Then we can discuss with the tech team how to do the integration later. Celine, bingo, that's exactly right. So a lot of students, they come and learn AI engineering or they to build prototypes, yeah, so that they can go back and show their tech team, or they build automation workflows so that they can explain their thought process to their tech team. Okay. All right, next question. Is local model enough to create web app for ASP.NET Core? Try to skip spending token cost, just use local GPU. All right. So once and for all, right? For those of you who stay until now, you're lucky. Okay. If your main concern is the token cost, I have a cheaper, faster, better solution for you. You just go to Open Router. All right. You just go to Open Router, and then you look for models. All right. Under the model section, there's always some free models out there. NextAGF free, okay, Nemotron free, and if you sign up for an NIM account at NVIDIA website, you get free tokens as well. So it's not hard to find tokens. We know how to get free tokens every day, right? And also if you use some models like DeepSeek, it's very cheap. The model is very, very cheap. And if you use open code, right? Okay, free model. I think the big pickle model is still free. Yeah, so you can open code model, and if you sign up for Cursor, Composer 2.5 is equivalent to Opus 4.6. Yeah, so they give you a lot of free free plans, free credits also. Yeah, so if money is your main concern, totally understand, because yeah, we do that too. We're very token conscious as well. Okay, just go to Open Router and find some free tokens lah. Yeah, free models. I'm currently using Claude Cowork to create skills to simplify or automate work processes. Nice, I do that too. What will be the use cases or scenario that will require me to learn Claude Code or all these skills that you have just shared? Asking this so that I can convince my boss to attend all these courses. Okay, so very simple, right? No matter how good is your cowork can only do that much. You can't really ask Claude to, let's say, or you wouldn't want to, right? To connect to your company system. Let's say you have a CRM, you have an accounting software. Cowork cannot do that. Cowork can do things that is within its own capability. Like let's say you build skills because you already know you're already doing something in cowork, and then you doing it very regularly, so you have to build a skills to simplify that lah. Or you use some scheduled tasks to repeat it. But let's say very simple, our day job, right? My day job is to get the report from Facebook ads, so that I need to adjust the budget, okay, the marketing budget for certain ads, or knowing that whether I should come up with new content and so on and so forth. You need to connect to Facebook API, get the tokens, get the results, pump it back, massage it, put it into a dashboard, and send a Gmail. You can there are some hacks that you can do that by sending emails and so on, but other than that, you can't do it in cowork. Okay, so that's one thing. Not the mode. If you want to access the God mode, right? To let's say go to a website, download some files, or download the 10 videos, do some competitive or competitors analysis and so on. You need to use this one. You need to use Claude Code because it gives you the ability to do that. And if you want to build a full web application prototype, like I said earlier, you need to use code as well. Yeah, so these are the few use cases or the things that cowork tak boleh buat. Yeah, only Claude Code can do. Lee Juns, hi doctor, I'm a general user without any coding background. All right, I am using Codex. I'm not really familiar with Claude Code as I spend most of the time. Would you suggest to explore Claude Code instead? No, we're actually running a Codex class soon, very soon. So I would recommend you to join Codex class first, because to me, not much significant difference between Codex and Claude Code. They're the same, it's just from different company. Codex is ChatGPT, and then Claude Code is from Claude Anthropic, right? Yeah, so after the Codex class, then you decide. Not too late. RG often fails when documents are chunked badly. Poor chunking leads to poor retrieval. What is the solution to fix this problem? Okay, and win here. I will give you a very counterintuitive answer. Okay, do not use vector database. All right, do not use vector database, because if you rely on chunking to retrieve your documents, there is a possibility that chunking might not be the most suitable solution for your documents. You might need a SQL database in front of your documents to keep track of the metadata or metadata before you do the documents retrieval. RG stands for retrieve. I'm still here. Okay, RG stands for Retriever Augmented Generation. Sometimes I get paid as a consultant just to clean up the mess who got tricked into believe that our solution is the best solution. Got tricked into thinking that vector database is the best solution. I have been using database for so many years. Okay, PostgreSDB, Microsoft SQL, MySQL is your best friend. After that, secondary best friend is like MongoDB and what else? Python, all those. Yeah, because structured retrieval is still more reliable than vector database and text-based retrieval. Text-based retrieval is not foolproof lah, put it this way. So you need some metadata, or you just that you okay. What does the models from OpenRouter is really competitive with the paid models in performance? All right, guys, you can't have a cake and eat it too. If your task is critical enough for you to give you an ROI that you can justify your token cost, then you won't mind paying. Am I right? So if you are doing some tasks that you are sensitive about the cost of the tokens, that means the task itself is not mission critical. It's not that critical until to the extent that, oh no, no matter how much I pay for the token, I need to get the task done. It's just like when we use Faber, right? It's the most expensive model, but it's okay. This task is important to me, so I have to use the model. I pay $100 $200 per month just to get things done. AI is a great help for me. Okay, now if you are really concerned about the token cost, then you shouldn't be worrying about the competitive pay model. It's just like buying an EV, okay? When you buy a China car, okay, a China EV, no offense to anybody who's owning a China EV, I'm thinking of getting one. The build cannot be compared to those who are the car that's from US or from Europe, lah, okay, the European cars, because the money is there, the cost is there, the build is there, the quality is there. However, there's always a but, right? However, I can promise you that I have tried those free models ourselves. We use that for those tasks that are not so mission critical, like open Claude, transcribe my voice call and so on and so forth, or give a summary of my WhatsApp message in the past 3 days and things like that. And yeah, those are the time where we use free models. You don't mind using some free models. You have bigger room for error. You have it's unlike accounting. There's no room for mistake using some free models. Yeah, so competitive is not really a main concern that I'm looking at free models. But if you want something that is good, that has a good for money, I will still think China model is okay. Max M DeepSeek for, and they're very cheap and it gets the job done. All right, I hope you get the idea. Max, another question. I'm thinking to start building auto reply chatbot using Claude Code. Okay, and my idea is to sell it to people who need it once I feel confident it will work for them. All right, I target specific industry. Sounds like you have a clear plan. The thing is, I have no coding background. Do you think I will face problem in the future with my product? We should eventually kill it. Okay, I'm not a prophet, right? And whether or not your product will have problems or not, it really depends on how complex is the code. If your code is very simple, then you wouldn't have any problems, because something that's very simple, usually you wouldn't have any problems, right? Killing your product or not is really not depends on the failure of the product. Like, a lot of the product that you use, right, has problems. And I probably shouldn't keep condemning about cars. Let's say TVs, let's say, your a lot of things, all right, your CCTV, your security guard, nothing works 100% of the time. So if it works 99% of the time, 95% of the time, it's okay. It won't kill your product. So what really kills your product is you're solving a problem that does not exist, or the problem exists but your product cannot solve the problem as you promised. But having developed and guiding, coaching my students building chatbot for so many times, I can tell you that chatbot usually won't give you some deadly problems. The problem usually comes from your prompt. That means you did not set your guardrails properly, you forgot to harness it, or comes from your RAG. You can't read the right data and answer to the questions that the user asks correctly. Yeah, if you can answer these two questions, as in you can settle these two problems, very likely, very high chance your product will stay, it won't die. Yeah, and you will always face problem. Even for myself, even for our team, we still face problem, because that's the nature of programming. That's the nature of building products, and things change, models change. You have updates every day almost, right? Yeah, so don't worry about that. AI is able to help you, and your muscle will grow stronger along the way. Yeah, so my advice, don't worry, just go ahead and build it and launch the product. Okay. All right, as promised, I think I answered all the 72 questions already. And then, there are some questions here and there in the chat, right? But I think you all moved that to the, Q&A already. Okay, so any last questions? Hard work, not hard work. Like I say, I enjoy doing it. And it has been a while. So to my surprise, it has been quite a while. So also, still 200 plus people online. Thank you very much for staying with me. So as promised, I think it has been a valuable Q&A session, so I shouldn't keep it to myself, right? I will just open it, share the replays and recordings with all of you. Yeah, so if you are interested in AI engineering and you find it useful, do check out the website, do scan the QR code, try to understand a bit more on the AI engineering. If you have any questions for me, do check out, just send me an email, drlau@delete.io. And then, any administrative questions, WhatsApp this number or email hi@delete.io. And this program is 100% HRD claimable. So if your company is a HRD member, feel free to join. Yeah, for those of you who are in Penang, up north, we will be there 21st to 24th July next week. Okay, thank you very much. What is today? Wednesday, right? Yeah. Have a good week ahead, and then see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.
I'm doing this to